protein. You know, wink, wink, protein.
For men.
Gross.
You are.
What was that?
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know, he says. I don't know.
Getting closer to the camera won't
Look
matter.
at this fucking waste of a purchase.
Oh, remember the last year's cup?
2020 Harkins Cup. Stupid cup. Didn't save me any fucking money.
At that point, I think
remember
it
if I had
costs
that.
you
I don't
money,
think I
right?
did.
Speaking of wasting money, comes naturally. We are.
Joe.
Mike.
I am Cody. Welcome to this week's episode, everybody. We got to make it quick so Mike can go back to banging or whatever he was doing.
Yep, that's exactly it.
All night long.
All
All night. All night.
Fun times.
Yeah.
What you guys been up to?
I just watched the first episode of the new SpongeBob spin-off series, Camp Coral.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Quite funny. The animation is outstanding.
What is it on? It's like HBO Max or
No,
it's
Paramount Plus,
Paramount Plus.
which used to be CBS All Access, but as of today is
Yeah.
Paramount Plus.
That's where you watch Ninja Turtles at.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
or my iTunes.
that too. And also they actually have a ton of movies on there. They have all all three of the Indiana Jones movies.
Nice.
They got like a bunch of stuff on there. Plus, I mean, all this stuff. I mean, today also launched the new SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the
Oh,
Run.
didn't
I
hear
think.
about that.
Yeah, that was their big thing for it. Also, launching of the show itself. Because I don't think that. Hey, stop! No, don't. Damn cord. I don't remember. Because I believe this SpongeBob movie is the one that came out last year, air quotes. I'm trying to remember what. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Sponge on the Run came out last year, I believe, right?
That's the one with Antonio Banderas.
Yep. And no, this one has Keanu Reeves in it.
Oh.
Yeah, he plays Sage, who is a sage inside a tumbleweed, which is made of sage.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That reminds me, have you read the Keanu Reeves comic yet? The Berserk?
No, not yet. No, actually, I was gonna read it earlier, and then video games got in the way.
Mm.
So
I didn't read it. I didn't read it either. I was playing Elite Dangerous earlier as well.
You shooting bad guys in their faces?
What?
You shooting bad guys in their faces?
No, I'm shooting rocks in order to gain materials in order to trade for stuff. That's Elite Dangerous.
That sounds not fun.
I mean, it's elite and dangerous.
To rocks?
For rocks, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the very small print. Like, it's Elite Dangerous,
For rocks.
very small colon, 4 rocks.
Having a small colon sounds like a medical issue.
Ayo.
Ayo! Mike, I got you a copy of Berserk as well, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
The Keanu Reeves comic book.
Yeah.
Figured,
They were doing one until we saw it yesterday.
Yeah, I tried to do the Kickstarter when it first came out, but like the cheapest bundle was like $100 and something. I was like, no, I'm good. I mean, I like Matt Kent and all, but like that seems like a lot of money for something I don't know is gonna be going to good or not.
True. You still have our Ronin, our Turtles Ronin second issues too.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it to you yesterday and I forgot.
Yeah,
I have
you
a whole bag of pops for Mike.
You have a bag of pops for Mike?
Yeah, man. I haven't seen anybody in a long time. They're building up.
When does it become an addiction?
You shut your whore mouth, Joe.
Fair
When-
enough.
When you lash out angrily at friends.
Speaking of Space Jam, good segue, right?
Yeah.
Some details leaked about Space Jam 2. Did either of you read about that?
Yeah,
Space
I scrolled-
Jam: A New Legacy.
I scrolled through and looked at some of the pictures and stuff.
That's for some reason it's going to involve, I'm guessing like a Tron-like thing.
Yeah, so they apparently they get sucked into a world that exists inside all of Warner Brothers Media.
Yeah, so here it is. So father and son duo get sucked into Warner 3000 Entertainment serververse.
That's what it was.
With the AI kidnapping Dom. Dom is
Don Cheadle, right?
Don Cheadle.
Dom. Cedric Joe's Dom.
Oh, that's
in
the
hopes
son.
Cheeto plays the AI. Is it Al G Rhythm? That's who Don Cheeto plays. The AI kidnapping Dom in the hopes of stealing some of the king's followers, which in real life he has apparently 80 million followers on Instagram.
Sounds about right.
It's a very weird plot.
Yeah.
That sounds batshit crazy. I kind of love it.
Good thing we can watch it on HBO Max, huh?
Right?
Speaking of watching on HBO Max,
Tom and Jerry.
is it good?
I haven't watched it yet.
No,
I've heard no. Well, I've heard yes that the animation side of things, like if the movie were just about Tom and Jerry, people were saying that it would be a really good movie. But as with Cody, it's the squishy people part that drug the movie down. So it's got like really bad ratings on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Makes sense, because
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry don't need squishy people in it. They just get in the way.
To be fair, though, when you say bad ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm like, yeah, I'll probably dig it.
Well, maybe. There's a
Yeah.
difference. Sometimes Rotten Tomatoes is mostly correct. Depends on what the fans say on there. That's the big thing.
I'm trying to remember who's cast in that movie. It was Colin Jost. Colin Jost was on Late Night with Seth Meyers last week sometime. Anyway, because apparently he's in the movie. And people were asking him who he plays in the movie, whether it's Tom or Jerry. And he's like, neither. They don't speak.
Except for screaming. Well, the fans' audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is 85%, so that might be a little better.
Might be. What's the critic?
24.
Yeah. And granted, critics tend to be a little bit more harsh on movies, but
Yeah, well, we all know why. Johnny said his kids liked it a lot.
that's good, I think. How old is this kid? 10, 12?
Braden's like 11. I think he's 12 or 13, somewhere around there. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be, the fucking end all be all.
Right, it's no Marvel movie.
Yeah, but as long as it's fun and things like that. Like, I just kind of wish. Do you remember Looney Tunes Back in Action?
What?
Looney Tunes Back in Action. Remember that one?
Vaguely. I think I've seen parts of it.
With Brendan Fraser and what's that one chick from that one show?
Yep. And Steve Martin.
Yeah. They that one was one of the ones that was like, it's akin to Space Jam, the first one, where it's like they exist as real things in the world, and then but humans are like kind of like the way they did, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's like just two worlds that are mixed. Where in this one, it just looks like they're just everyone's okay with a fucking wacky mouse and cat throwing anvils and shit at each other. So I mean, that's all we really need. Ken Jeong's in it. Who else is in that one? What's his face that does the Beverly Hills Chihuahua movies?
George Lopez?
That's the one.
Why would that be your go-to for George Lopez?
Right.
Name another George Lopez thing that's not his TV show.
Okay, but his TV show ran for like 8 seasons and was called The George Lopez
Yeah,
Show.
but I couldn't think of his name, so I said Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Or
You
you
just
could just,
remember
like,
the show.
that Mexican stand-up comic that's funny. Like,
Well, there's quite a few of those.
Yeah,
so
see?
it only narrows it down to like
3.
6 or 7.
There's like 3 that Cody can name.
I mean, I don't think I could name 3.
You could.
Does Chris Rock count?
No.
Shit.
No.
Anyway,
This is the question I was going to ask you guys. So, apparently, Godzilla versus Kong got pushed back a half a week. So
Okay.
instead of being released on the 26th, it's being released on the 31st. Whatever. Are you going to go back and watch the other 3 movies beforehand to
I
refresh
never even
yourself?
planned on it.
Because if you are starting by next Wednesday or next week, would be one every week until the release of the movie.
Are they available on anything? Because I think I only own Godzilla.
I think they're all on HBO Max. To tell you the truth.
So
Which
yeah, I'd
you have
probably
access to.
rewatch them.
I know King of Monsters is on there.
I
God.
mean, I've already got Godzilla, and I think I have it in 3D, so I'd rather watch that in 3D.
Yeah. Godzilla King of Monsters is on there. I don't think Godzilla is, though. That's fucked up. That ain't good.
Dumb bitch.
Kong Skull Island is not on there either. Okay, so I might have mistakenly said that out loud.
You
Oh,
wanna
yeah,
borrow
no,
my
it is.
iTunes?
No, Godzilla or King Kong Skull Island is on there. Is on
okay.
HBO Max. I could have swore I saw a thing saying all of them were on there before. Maybe one of them fell off.
If you already have one, it would make sense to have all of them, but whatever.
No. Rampage is on there, though, if you want to watch a one movie that's basically in that same vein but not from that universe.
You should. The movie's amazing.
It's a good time. It's a good time. Mike cried during that movie.
Yeah, he did.
Probably. I don't remember, but
When they thought George died.
I don't know.
Where the hell is this movie?
Oh,
there's King of Monsters.
I
I'm
own
looking
it.
up on Apple TV Plus to see if it lists it anywhere else.
I own it on iTunes. No, it doesn't look like it's anywhere else on there. But that
No.
doesn't show Netflix. Netflix doesn't show up on there because Netflix is a bunch of bitches who don't like to communicate along with Apple for some strange reason.
And that makes me so mad
It
because
fucking drives me
Netflix
insane.
has such an atrocious interface for picking up where you left off on TV shows and stuff. I swear they move that section around on me all the time.
They do. You can literally go back. You can be watching 3 episodes of something, go back to the menu before, and it's completely different the way it was before.
And it annoys the fuck out of me.
Godzilla is not on there. The cartoon, the animated cartoon is, but the movie is not on there.
Am I being stupid right now? Was Jackie Chan in a cartoon version of Godzilla?
Did Jackie Chan do a cartoon version of Godzilla?
Yeah. I think it might have been one of those weird crossover things. 'Cause he had like a cartoon show.
Yes, he had a cartoon show. The
I feel it was
Jackie
a
Chan
cartoon show.
Adventures?
Yeah.
I could be making this up.
I think you're making it up.
Maybe they just came on back to back.
I don't even remember a Godzilla cartoon back then.
Yeah, there was one that was on there before Godzilla.
I want to say he did a crossover with something else that had involved a dragon. I don't remember what it was called.
Well, TV wise, he's listed as just Jackie Chan's Adventures, which ran way longer than I thought it did. Jesus Christ, 5 seasons, 95 episodes.
Well, if you would have asked me, I would have said 3.
Right? Holy good God. That seems like a lot. That show was pretty cool though, because the makers of that show made the cartoon The Batman, which was the gnarly one with the crazy acrobatic Joker in it.
Yeah, it was still weird.
It was a real fucking
that
weird
blocky
show.
animation, right? Like everything had sharp corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know King Kong or Godzilla had a cartoon around that same time. Excuse me, please. Why I pull up a browser on my computer.
Did you guys ever watch any of the old Godzilla movies?
I watched a bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a ton.
I haven't seen any of them. I've seen bits and pieces of some of them. Is there any of them worth watching?
I don't know. I mean, they're the type of movies that I've always seemed to watch, like what we used to do with torture theater. You watch them with friends and just kind of have fun to watch them.
Right.
So I don't really know if they're really worth watching by yourself, to be honest with you. I don't really think there's much of a plot to them, really.
Not really, no. They add weird plots in there.
Yeah. You're mostly just watching the stuff to be like, oh, cool, that's Godzilla, and then there's that Mecha Godzilla and Baby Godzilla and all the other. It's just weird, fun stuff to watch, and that's why.
The Godzilla cartoon I'm thinking of was actually a spinoff from the Matthew Broderick movie in 1998.
Yes,
that's what I was thinking of.
That sounds
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, they had that terrible fucking design. They made 40. Oh, look at this. So they did 2 seasons, 40 episodes, 38 of them aired. They didn't air the last 2. That's funny. These motherfuckers are like, now we're good. That's funny. And then there was the old school cartoon with Godzilla Jr. in it.
Son of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Son of Godzilla.
I believe that was the same.
Have you guys ever seen the original King Kong movie?
The OG one?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the stop motion?
Parts of it. Seen parts of it.
You ever watch the 80s one?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Me and my friends, we used to watch all the Godzilla movies. Because one of the guys worked at a video store and he used to get them all the time, like the crazy Japanese ones with all the weird, like almost dance sequence stuff in them. Yeah, I think the oldest one I've seen, I mean, I don't even know if it's the oldest one or might have been one before that, but the one from 1933. That's the like the OG classic one, I believe. I think. Might be.
Me and Jen were watching the basketball game the other night, and a preview for Kong versus Godzilla played.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen just looked at me disappointedly. She didn't say anything. She just looked at me and went, ugh.
Oh.
Like, man, don't do that.
That's not nice.
Those are the types of movies, like, I have the hardest time getting her to watch.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, if I tell her, like, it's a superhero movie. She's like, all right, you know what I mean? There's enough good ones where she's like, all right. But now it's like, it's a big monster. She's like, ugh. I was like, don't do that.
Don't degrade this art form.
Don't
But
degrade this art form.
She does
Yeah.
Pacific Rim, though. She really liked Pacific Rim, so I thought, all right, well, if I got her with Pacific Rim, like, I can get her with other ones. Nah, man. She's like, nah. She's like, is Jax in it? I was like, fuck. God damn it.
Is Jax in it? You're all yes?
Yes? Question mark?
Nothing. Okay. I was trying to see if Godzilla tickets had gone on sale yet. Because I'd like to go see that in Cine 1.
What is playing at the Harkins since it's not playing Disney stuff?
Fucking almost nothing. Well, actually, no, I take that back. It has all the Lord of the Rings movies. It has...
In the extended editions? Mike, let's go.
I'm good. They had those Hobbit Dragon movies, too, and I'm not going to watch that shit either.
Ooh. Go take a week off and just watch all those in the extended edition?
You have to take a week off for that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they're long as fuck, dude.
Christ.
So let's see. They're playing Goonies. That's in there. Space Jam. Mike, you can go see Space Jam in a theater.
I have.
No, nowadays when you're like a thinking adult. News of the World, the movie you can watch on Apple TV, I believe. Is that one of the ones? Oh, Netflix.
That's the Netflix one.
That's the Netflix one. I'm sorry, yeah. Monster Hunter, which just came out on Blu-ray and DVD and stuff, and digital. So that's in there. Wonder Woman 84 is still there. All the Warner Brothers stuff that's releasing through HBO Max is going to be on there because like Judas and the Black Messiah is there. The Little Things I think is still there. That Marksman movie with what's his name? Fucking Taken. Liam Neeson. Yeah, it's called The Marksman. It's where he's like one of those like dudes that kind of patrols the border, and he saves this two little kids or one little kid or something like that.
He's a border patrol agent?
No. You know, like the people who do it like on their own.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like he's one of those guys.
Okay.
Detective Pikachu. It's one of the days of like the summer, not summer ones, of the spring break kids movies or whatever. Yeah, there's just a bunch of old stuff like the Hobbit movies in here. I'm trying to see. I thought they had. Oh yeah, they're the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm trying to see what's the runtime on this here. Does not say. I'm trying to see if it's the extended edition or not.
Speaking of runtimes, did we talk about the runtime of Justice League last week?
Not officially, no.
That I heard that it's going to be 4 hours and like 1 minute or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
draw the
building
line
in,
at 4 hours. I don't need that extra fucking minute weighing me down.
well, hold on. So they're building in intermissions, they said. So I imagine much like
episodes.
Like Hateful Eight, yeah. Like they do with Hateful Eight in Netflix. So you can watch them in 1 hour chunks.
But like I remember a while back they even mentioned that this was gonna release in or be able to view in chunks, like it was gonna have multiple parts to it. But then when the runtime came out, everyone lost their fucking shit, and I was like, no, they said before it's gonna be like a TV show, like think of a TV series, and people were like, 4 hours is too fucking long. I'm like,
4 hours is not long.
4 episodes. Think of it, 4 episodes of a Justice League show. Like, don't
People binge 4 hours worth of shows. And
yeah,
don't complain about it all the time.
4 hours and half a minute, basically. By the way.
Yeah.
is how long it is, which I thought was really weird. Whatever. But no, yeah, to Mike's point though, is like people like scoff at being 4 hours long, but it's like, dude, you're not going to go see it in the theater. You're at home. There's a pause button. There's a stop button. Yep. Just watch as much as you want and then stop.
Yep. Like I said, it has the break-in parts built in, so it'll give you good points to leave and come back to.
Yeah,
it's dumb. People are stupid.
While we're on the subject of DC, did you guys see that they're looking at maybe rebooting Superman, or at least doing like what they're doing with Batman, where they have their own separate like Batman from the DC continuity?
Yeah, they already announced that J.J. Abrams is producing it.
Yeah,
with
written by Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah, he's the guy that did the Black Panther comic book.
Yep, and they're looking to cast a black Superman.
Yeah, because they want to do take the plot from what is it? The Earth 2? Is he Earth 2? No, which one is he? I can't remember. Boss Logic did a mock-up with Michael B. Jordan.
What was it called? Yeah, it's in 2009, Grant Morrison introduced a black version of Superman in one of DC Comics' alternate universes who shares a similar origin and as a Kryptonian sent away from his dying planet as an infant crash landing on Earth. However, he is taken in a different human family and adopts the civilian name Calvin Ellis rather than Clark Kent, ultimately becoming president of the United States while keeping his superhero alter ego top secret.
Yeah, I can't remember what Earth was he on though when he did the multiverse thing, or multiple planets or whatever.
Yeah, this article doesn't say. I think it'll be an interesting thing to do and pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, it's
is going to happen though.
People, oh my god, where is it? I know I can find it on here. I could find the book because it's behind. Well, maybe find the book behind me, but can't remember what Earth they say he's from. It doesn't actually matter, but it's gonna drive me insane. I do not remember. Oh, Earth 23.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was that intentional?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because the reason he made him president is because he wanted to honor Barack Obama, if I'm not mistaken. That's why he made him president on that one. Because in the continuity of the book itself, they don't really go, or in that particular story arc, you just see him and his family, and other super people, Superman-ish people, so Superwoman or Supergirl and a couple other ones, and they're all African American looking. I can't really call them African American because they're not really from Earth, but you know what I mean? Like their skin is that color.
Yeah, black.
Yeah, and then later on they went through and did I don't know if they did a whole bunch of them or not. I know they did like one or two issues where they kind of just talked more about him and gave you that backstory of him being president and all that fun stuff. Pretty neato.
Yeah, it is. That'd be interesting if that gets off the ground.
Yeah. It's people. Someone was saying that JJ was spearheading it for being a black Superman, and I was like, well, that's cool. I don't know if you call it Black Superman, but that's good. I think it's just Superman at that point.
Yes, right. What are your guys' opinion of having this like weird mainline DC universe and then having these like weird alternate universe type things going on at the same time.
As long as we can, this is my thing. I think it's cool to have all these different stories taken, because I'm a big fan of Elseworld in the DC continuity, where it's like different things happen and it's basically explained by Grant Morrison as different Earths have different outcomes and different things. And Marvel's done the same thing. But I like, if you gave me a solid series of DC EU movies, like one continuity, and then you said, hey, Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is Joker from Earth 11, whatever you want to call him. Mm-hmm. I'm completely fine with it. Don't make me think I'm going to get Ben Affleck punching Joaquin Phoenix's Joker in the face. Because we know that we don't know, but we have a feeling that Joker and Jared Leto's Joker are two different Jokers. They're not in the same continuity, you know what I mean? Or in the same universe. They could be in the same continuity, but one's on Earth 11, the other one's on Earth, whatever, Prime, as I think they refer to as their main continuity. So yeah, if you give me like that, and then you do crazy offshoots of like, Pattinson's or Battinson ones, and that's a whole different one, and you can have a different take on Joker and Riddler and Catwoman, and then you have Christopher Nolan's Batman, which is a different set of everything. I'm completely okay with it. It's just it's a different world, different circumstances, and things like that. I'm down. You can do as many as you want from as many different people, but when you start crossing them over and saying that this one's linked to this one directly, without saying, hey, it's some weird multiverse, then that's where I'm going to be like, well, shitty. The only bad thing about that is you have fan bases that will dig it, and then you have normal people who will be really fucking confused when Black Superman is punching, a weird red-headed Lex Luthor in the face who happens to be partly Asian. I made that part up. I don't know what his Lex Luthor looks like.
Is that part of the story?
No, I don't remember what his Lex Luthor looked like. I didn't want to say white because that seems weirdly racist, but a redheaded Asian is fine.
Partly Asian.
Partly Asian, yeah.
Partly Asian, yeah.
The other half is undetermined.
I think it'd be really weird if we would also... It'd be cool, but it'd be weird to see like two Batman movies in the same year, because that could happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think they would want that to happen, but it possibly could happen to have two different Batman movies in the same year with two different characters in two different universes. But it'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean it's. I'm down for as much as they want to do. Like they want to make, even if they did like, hey, we're gonna do a more stripped down detective Batman show. It has nothing to do with anything else. I'm in. Give it to me. You want to do a hardcore rated R? He's punching people's faces half off and like stabbing people with batarangs into walls. I'm also in. You want to give me, Boy Scout Superman who doesn't fucking hurt anything? All right, as long as it's a good story, I'll take it. But when you start like trying to link them all together, unless it's like a whole flashback or Flashpoint thing where like Flash goes through and it goes into a different universe where like Bruce Wayne died instead of Thomas and Martha, and she becomes Joker and he becomes a new Batman who's super violent and shoots motherfuckers. I'm in. When you explain that to me, you know what I mean? Give me fucking Beetlejuice as Thomas Wayne all fucked up and battling his estranged wife because their son was killed outside of a movie theater, and then I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I couldn't think of his name at the time, so I just said Beetlejuice because that's what jumps my head.
Fair enough, as it should. I mean, it's no Jack Frost, but yeah.
Gross. You're gross.
Multiplicity?
Yeah. That's
there you go.
Now Mike's on board.
To be fair, the new Flash movie that they still are writing, still in like pre-production, is supposed to be Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be bringing over Michael Keaton, as his name would actually be.
I said Beetlejuice, dude. When you're not paying attention when I was talking earlier.
Also known as Birdman. Right? That was his name from that movie, Birdman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is me and Cody are thinking about the actual movie Birdman. I think Joe's thinking about that Spider-Man movie where he had wings.
Tomato.
Birdman. He stole all that Stark tech and then became like a bad guy.
Those wings, like a fucking bird.
He was like a bird, man.
But he was a man. It was like a bird.
Yeah, he's a Birdman.
Why are you stealing all that junk, huh?
Birdman. Hey, looks like a bird.
Leave your daughter's boyfriend out of it. What's he got to do with this?
Oh my god.
Awful.
It's true. It's true.
I've never seen Birdman. Is it any good?
I've never seen it.
You never seen Birdman, Mike?
It's good.
No. I missed it somehow.
Wow.
You ever feel like sometimes I feel like if I missed a movie for too long, like the window's closed forever. I was like, fuck, man. I'm not going to ever see that.
Yeah.
I just have to give up on stuff.
I can't imagine them having it like on a way you could watch it anytime, anywhere, on any device, like almost if it was like digital or something.
Yeah.
But then you have to go out and actively find it.
I know, it's weird. Yeah, it's so
That's
rough.
the thing. You have to go actively find it. You have to maybe pay for it.
Ugh,
and that's the difference.
Stuff.
Yeah.
You know how much stuff I pay for, and I still have to buy movies somehow every now and then? It's fucking ridiculous.
You can rent it for $4 on iTunes, Mike.
Okay, I'll probably.
Yeah, but who rents things?
Mike does
Who
all the
rents
time.
Digital thing.
Because things got too fucking expensive, Joe. I'm trying to watch these
Yeah,
movies.
that's why you just don't buy them.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, fuck this. I'll wait until it gets to 99 cents on rental, and then you just never buy it or rent it because you forgot about it. That's what I do.
I went to buy something on iTunes. I was scrolling through iTunes the other day. I was like, "Oh, it's cool. That's on." Or I haven't seen that. I'm gonna buy it, and I go to buy it, and it just has the play button. I was like, "Ah, shit! I already own this."
At least you don't own the physical copy of stuff and still haven't watched it.
Yeah, Joe. Let's go to your little rack of fucking stuff back there and see what's still wrapped, Joseph.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think it's still wrapped. I think I took it out of the wrapping.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Edge of Tomorrow is what I'm talking about. I own it physically, and I still have not seen it.
Fair enough.
I think about it every once in a while. I'll think about seeing it, about watching it, but then I'm like, there's a time commitment to it. I have to sit down and watch this 1.5 hour movie when I can just go on YouTube and watch like
17 videos,
5-minute things.
Listen, this is where I found myself recently because I made the joke earlier about like once I miss something for so long, I'm just fucked. But I've been actively trying to go back and watch things that I haven't seen or I missed, and my schedule is a little fucked right now, so it's kind of harder to do now. But like we'll be scrolling through, and I have like I don't know where this came from, but like a 90-minute rule now. If the run time's an hour and a half or right about an hour and a half, if I think it's gonna be shitty, but it has a small chance of being good, I will watch that over something that's an hour and 50 minutes that I know is probably really good. Because then I'm like, well, the time investment, it's not that bad. I could do 90. I don't know if I could do 2. I'll just watch this movie. And so now it's like, I don't know, man. It's not who I thought I was going to be when I was a kid. I didn't think I was going to be this person.
Right?
But I'm old now, and I don't like stuff or doing things or being disappointed, so I just set strict parameters for myself.
Okay, it's good to know Mike is setting his bar nice and high.
Well, you got to put it at reasonable levels. You don't want to be.
You want to be able to achieve it.
You don't want to put your hopes too high because then you don't reach your hopes and you feel depressed for the rest of the day. Even though you're probably depressed
Thank
for the
you.
rest of the day. Even though you're probably depressed for the rest of the day for anything
Other reasons.
You know
else.
what else I'm trying to work on doing too? Like I'll try like if I get home from work early. My new job's weird because I gotta stay late on like pretty much every Monday and Tuesday. It seems like, but then like I'll get off on time on Wednesday, and today I got off early. It's just weird. But like I really gotta fight the urge just to sit and do nothing when I get home from work. Like, like I will just sit and I'll watch I'll put on a YouTube video that I don't really give a fuck about, and then like I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh shit, I don't know what Babish made, but I missed it, and then. And I'm like, I don't even know which ones I watched. And I was like, did Mythical fucking Josh pull off that weird soda? I don't know. And fucking, it's very frustrating. And then I'll just turn YouTube off and I'll just listen to a podcast in my house on my couch in front of a big TV that's turned off, and I'll just play a podcast on my phone and listen to it. And then I'm like, oh shit, Jin's gonna be home right now. I gotta fucking do something. And I waste I'm really bad about wasting time. I think that's where the 90-minute rule came in, because then I'm like, all right, I can squeeze this in real quick. I can do this. But yeah, it was really bad when I used to get home and I would just turn on like Travel Channel or Food Network. Mm-hmm. It'd be either a bunch of episodes of Triple D I've seen 1,000 times each, or like fucking Man versus Food, and I'm like, oh shit, he definitely wins this one. Let's watch it again, and I'll just watch shit that I've seen 1,000 times.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm bad myself right now, and I need to get out of that funk in order to just actually do something. Because I've said it multiple times, I will just sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna throw on YouTube and just sit here and do nothing for the next couple of hours. That's what I did for this past week, or for the past couple of days. That's what I do on my days off right now, except for hanging out with Cody on Wednesday, which was of a breath of fresh air to actually get out of the house and do something besides work. But yeah, I need to get out of that too, and do something active. Maybe find a different job or something.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Leave Cody all by himself.
Yeah.
Well, I would try not to leave Cody by himself.
Wow, dude. That's mean.
I said try.
No, that's not about what Mike said.
Oh.
Like, I appreciate you trying. Like, try. Cool, whatever. But like, Mike's just like, nah, fuck that guy. Let him fucking rot. That's cool. Whatever. Hey, Joe, did you see that someone's adapting Elevation by Stephen King?
No.
The novella he released a couple years ago about the dude that mysteriously starts losing weight but not losing weight.
Nope.
Starts losing.
Hear about that.
Spoiler: he starts losing gravity, but I'm not gonna go into the details about it. Yeah, it's interesting. That's pretty cool. It's the dude that produced or executive produced Under the Dome, Mr. Mercedes, and The Outsider.
Oh, okay. So he's very familiar with Stephen King properties.
Yeah, it's but they're gonna make it a movie because this one you couldn't really make into much more than that because it's a true novella. It's pretty short.
So for Stephen King, that's like 300 pages.
Yeah, a Stephen King novella. Yeah, now I'm talking like Stephen King's
Stephen King novella. It's a regular novel, but it's a Stephen King novella.
Yeah. It's no
novellas. Did you guys see that they got a new director for the Tom Clancy movie or the Division movie?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that originally it was going to be directed by David Leitch.
Yep.
Who, if you don't know, directed John Wick, Atomic Blonde, and Deadpool 2, which would make him a pretty awesome person to direct this movie. But he has stepped down to a producer role, I think it was.
Yeah.
And a guy named Rawson Marshall Thurber.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Over. And he's directed films such as Dodgeball, An Underdog Story, Central Intelligence, and Skyscraper, and Netflix's Red Notice. I love that you go from a director who's like badass fucking pure action movies to, yeah, there's action movies in there, but there's a lot of comedy, and you're like, this is the division. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Well, Red Notice is the new Rock movie on Netflix, right?
I
Yeah,
think so, yeah.
yeah. Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
But Skyscraper wasn't funny, Joe. Nothing's funny about an amputee trying to save his family in a burning.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Remember that hilarious part where he almost blew himself up trying to save his daughter and killing that guy in that mirror room? Oh my god, I was in tears laughing so much how funny that was.
I did watch Dodgeball a couple days ago.
Great movie.
It's a great movie.
It holds
It
up
does.
so much better than I thought it was going to. And I started thinking, I was like, fuck, Ben Stiller was kind of the GOAT, dude. Like, he had some misses, but his hits were fucking bangers, dude.
Seriously.
Happy Gilmore.
Right? But, like, Tropic Thunder is still one of my most favorite comedies of all time. And then rewatching Dodgeball, I was like, Jesus Christ, he is so good in that movie. Like, he's kind of playing his heavyweights character, like, amped up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just so goddamn funny.
Then when he sings Milkshake at the end.
Yeah.
Good.
Fucking Chuck Norris.
Fucking Chuck Norris. Sidekicks.
Sidekicks. Didn't that kid die?
Yeah.
In the movie or real life? I don't know.
In real life.
In the movie, Chuck Norris was busy. He didn't get to him.
He's like, oh, I guess the being crippled and having the beatus got him, I guess. Sorry.
Anyway.
Yep, that's true.
The final news thing that I have for this week that I thought that was pretty funny. Did you guys know that they crowdfunded a RoboCop statue in Detroit?
Yep.
Right?
Tell me it looks awful.
No, it looks awesome.
Oh, really?
It's taken 10 years to get it going. So they started the project in 2011. It was pretty much crowdfunded from there. One of the reasons why it took so long is apparently it was a little underfunded. You know, who knew that working with metal would be so costly?
Okay.
But B, the artist, I think that was the artist, got cancer. So he had to deal with that for a while. But they finally finished it last year. They were originally going to put it in front of the Michigan Science Center. But because of COVID, all the funding for that had to go somewhere else. So they're still looking for some place to put it. Now I'm going to say this: I love RoboCop, and I think a statue of RoboCop in Detroit is much like Rocky statue in Philadelphia. He's one of the biggest movies depicted for that city. But do people not remember that RoboCop was a rated R movie?
or Detroit was a fucking
hellhole,
fucking terrible place. Yeah,
right?
that's the one part that's always kind of funny when you
this stuff. Yeah,
It's
to
fine.
be fair, RoboCop was always trying to help, except for like I think a couple minutes here. There.
Except for when he shot that dude's dick off in between that lady's legs.
He was a bad guy, Joe.
Yes, he was a bad guy.
See?
Not saying that he didn't need a dick shooting, but I don't know if you put an 11-foot tall bronze sculpture in the front of a science museum to,
How was RoboCop created, Joe?
science. And yes, that's literally what their explanation was. The reason why they wanted to put it in front of the science center is because, well, RoboCop is one of the biggest examples of science in science fiction for Detroit. It's marriage. It's literally, he's a cyborg. He's marrying, people with technology, and it's a big jump in technology in the movie type thing. But it's a very bloody movie. Full of drugs.
Bloody good.
I mean, it's bloody good, except for the third one.
What, jetpacks? What, Joe? Jetpacks, bro. He got a jetpack.
Jetpacks are, like crystal skulls.
You shut your whore mouth. You shut your whore
don't
mouth.
Talk about them, exactly.
That scene though, where they're like all the punks are out in the street, with all their shit, and he just flies over them, and you're like, ooh. Even when I was a kid, I was all like, it looked like they just drugged them across the TV screen, like with a stick. It was just like, it was rough.
I look back on that scene like that. I could not remember any scenes from that movie except for like two. One being the head drug dealer is a child, like an 11-year-old child in that movie.
Right. I forgot about that.
With the briefcase gun.
What was the stuff called?
Is that awful fucking green screen of a jetpack that looked like something out of like the 1930s Superman, where they just ran a reel behind him, and blew a fan in front of him. Yes, Cody.
The child drug dealer was from 2, not 3.
Is from 2?
Yep.
What was the name? Didn't the name of the drug?
Just goes to show you how forgettable 3 was.
Nuke, I believe, right?
2 was better.
Wasn't it Nuke? Was the name of the drug?
The name of the drug? Yeah, probably.
Sounds right.
Because they put the other drug, the main drug dealer, his brain and everything into the big robot.
Yeah.
And he was addicted to the drug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and holy shit, I forgot all about that.
Right?
The robot needed his fix.
Yes.
Holy shit.
That's how they kept him in line. That's how he went out and found these, the drugs. That was his whole point.
The only one I've seen the first one like recently-ish, like, within the last few years. And I remember thinking like it actually, outside of some of the like CGI, I think it was like claymation even, like with the big robot.
Yeah.
Like in some of the where it has to make intricate moves that the model couldn't actually make. I was like, just don't show that stuff, man. Like you could have just not shown that and it would have been fine. But outside of that, like the movie, because it was practically shot, like it looks pretty fucking good still.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Terminator 2, outside of like a couple little moments here and there, like looks really fucking good still, because they're using a lot of practical effects. But I have so little memory of the second and third one. I'm actually kind of excited to watch them.
More people, I think, remember parts of 2 than they do from the first one. But then they watch the first one and are like, oh no, that didn't happen in this one. That must be 2. Because there's a lot of like, even though it was like, I mean, the second one came out in 1990. It is called Nuke, by the way, the drug. I just looked it up. But it's so steeped in the 80s in like aesthetic, it's ridiculous. And then the third one's just atrocious, and no one should ever watch that unless it's on TV and you don't mind commercials. Because Jetpack.
Is it 90 minutes? Because I'll watch that motherfucker.
That's a great question. Let's find out.
I'm looking up to see if it's available anywhere, just where you can watch all 3 of them.
RoboCop 3. Length is... Oh, Mike, it's over your cap, bud. It's 104 minutes.
That's close. It's close enough.
Is it? You think it's enough?
It's a shaky boy, but it's right there.
So according to Apple TV, RoboCop is only available on Apple TV to buy or rent. Same with RoboCop 2. And probably RoboCop 3. Actually, do I need to have these apps installed in order for it to pull it down?
Yeah, probably.
They're not.
Yeah, then that's probably why I'm not seeing it. I don't have all those apps installed in any of those apps installed on my computer.
Yeah, that's why I pulled my phone out before and started doing it, because I was realized I was looking up other things. Like, oh shit, no, I can't do that on my computer.
My phone is in the living room.
RoboCop search. The OG Prime Video RoboCop 1 is on there. RoboCop 2 is also on Prime Video. And RoboCop 3 also on Prime Video.
Curveball. Where can I watch RoboCop the TV series?
Ooh, you need to shut your whore mouth. Is what
How
you
come
need to do.
iTunes?
I
iTunes
love that TV series. You shut up.
No, that show was terrible.
four movies called Prime Directives.
What? What are you talking about, Mike?
What?
On iTunes, if you search RoboCop, it shows 4 movies called Prime Directives.
Oh, that's the TV. That's the TV show.
It just says it's 4 of them. It doesn't list it as a TV show.
Yeah, those are the TV movies they made. There's Dark Justice, is Crash and Burn, Meltdown, and Resurrection.
Oh, I do remember Dark Justice.
Yeah, they're the TV movies they made.
Yeah, back
So
in
there's TV
2001.
movies and a TV show?
Yeah,
Yeah, the TV show was early 90s, mid 90s.
mid to late 90s. Yeah.
Those were 2001.
Oh, they're also on Prime Video, Joe. You can watch all of them.
Nice. TV series. Where can I watch? That's not how you spell series.
The show was in 1994.
Yep.
1 season.
Sounds about right.
I don't see it anywhere, Joe. There's a cartoon too. Don't do the cartoon. You can watch the cartoon
Yeah, no, I didn't really care for the cartoon.
because it was trash as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who actually made. Nope, that's not right. Oh, it's Fox Broadcasting Company. So Disney owns it apparently.
All right. This is doing
Oh, the TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching it on Fox.
Well, on Google, 92% of people liked it, bud.
I'm one of them.
Joe Walsh made the ending theme? What? With Lita Ford? What the shit? That's awesome. That's amazeballs. Part man, part machine. RoboCop 6-disc box set. Complete series over 16 hours. I'm going to buy that for Joe's birthday.
Do it.
I'll go halvesies with you.
Okay.
Just a bit of news before we go. I don't know if you saw this already, but John Krasinski just tweeted out Quiet Place Part 2 Memorial Day.
Fuck
In
yes.
theaters?
Unless the pandemic gets crazy again.
Well, no, I just asked if he plans on having a streaming service.
No, that's all he says.
That's just all he said.
Yeah,
Enough.
with a picture. This picture.
Fair enough.
Hell
That
yeah.
was a picture.
Light bulb.
Light bulb. Quite the idea. Speaking of John Krasinski, why can't I have John Clark played by Michael B. Jordan on Jack Ryan series?
No one says you can't, Joseph. We just don't know yet if we can.
John Clark in Jack Ryan is dead.
No.
He died last season.
No.
Spoiler.
No. They never
No.
called him John Clark.
What?
In this show, they never called him John Clark.
They pretty much called him John Clark.
No, he had a fucking name. Where is this at?
By
They
the
never
end
called
of
him John
season-
Clark. Jack Ryan. How do you spell
Angrily
Ryan?
Typing.
Just angrily typing. Just I'm gonna prove.
Prove me correct? Yes. Do it. His name started with an M. What was his name? Is it M? What was his name?
Mark.
Mark.
There you go, Mark.
Played by Mark.
Marky Mark. He was recurring in. No, not that one. Not that one. Matisse. He went by Gareth and Jeff, but his name was Matisse. Find it?
No, yeah, I found that. Yeah. Yeah, he replaced because they couldn't use the name John Clark at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we technically could still have John Clark, John Kelly, in the Jack Ryan TV show. I'm just saying.
And somebody needs to work on that.
What's his name had the heart thing, so he's probably not really fit for duty out in the field anymore. And Jack's gonna need a bodyguard because he keeps getting in the world's worst fucking situations. So might as well, get a rescue on by I'm gonna light your car on fire, then get inside and threaten you by gunpoint.
Which, by the way, that movie just looks balls to the wall awesome.
Yeah, right. I was like,
that trailer was just amazing.
I was like, yo, what? I was like, dude, if they would have killed his dog as well as his wife and unborn child, can you imagine what that motherfucker would have been doing to people?
More than just hopping into a burning car to interrogate somebody. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know how angry you have to be to light someone's car on fire, then get in said car and point a gun at them? Like, and not angry, like, tell me. He was, like, sitting back, like, let's talk. I was like, bitch, this car's on fire. You should know this because you're the one that set the car on fire. Can we parlay this outside? Like, can we jack these jaws outside? Because this car's on fire. I don't want to keep reiterating this part, but, like, you just lit this car on fire, and I'm still in it, and now you're in it, and you have a gun. That alone is a threat, not a car being on fire. That's all I'm saying.
This is not a promise. This is a threat.
Anywho, let's wrap this bitch up.
And make sure you guys watch all the RoboCop you can before next week.
Oh, okay. I've seen all of them, so I mean...
Watch them again, you piece of shit.
Watch them again, yeah.
Watch them again, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's the name of this episode. Watch them again, you piece of shit. Episode 367? 68? What are we on? 68?
9, a winner.
Anyhow, that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We are
Joe.
Mike.
I am Cody.
I've been watching so much Who's Line. I thought you were gonna say Who's Line for a second. I was like, oh, that's not what we're on. That's not what we're doing at all.
How do you know?
I thought Cody forgot our name for a second there.
No, I literally forgot we were outroing. I was like, how do I do this again? It's been a long time. But anyways, that's it for this week's episode. So we'll talk to you all next week. And as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.